be busy. So we will just see the topic. So if you see the Ashtanga Yoga, so there may be a question, what are all the limbs of Patanjali Yoga Sutra? One thing. Or what are all the Ashtanga Yoga? Can you just mention the Ashtanga Yoga? So, if you see the Ashtanga, the limbs of Ashtanga Yoga are 8. Ashtang, Asht is 8, Ang is the limbs. So it should be given in an order. It is given in order, and when you say in the exam also, you should give in that order. So can someone come forward if you're aware? And just if someone feel that it is too fast, you're not able to take notes, or it is Greek and Latin for you, you can come forward and say. So can I request someone to come forward and say the limbs of Ashtanga Yoga? New person, any new person, please. Leena ji, can you come forward and say? Okay, looks like no one is coming forward. Okay, I will see.
May I?
Yeah, please.
Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi.
Very good. Thank you so much. So what is yama? What is yam? It is the social restraints or the ethical values. So that is the yama. Okay. So basically yamas, it refers the observances and restraints that regulate our interaction with others. So it is taken, they take care of our social equation. So how many yamas are there? There are 5. Can someone come forward and say the 5 yamas?
Ahinsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Yamaha.
Great. Thank you so much. Sonali ji, thank you so much. So Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. So further we should understand what is Ahimsa. So Ahimsa is non-violence even in by thought, word and our deeds, our actions also. So Ahimsa. Satya. Satya is the truthfulness. Asteya. Asteya is the non-stealing of material as well as non-material things. So you should make a note of this very carefully. So you may get it in the MCQs. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya. Asteya is non-stealing. Brahmacharya. Actually, if you see, it is a very narrow context. Okay. It is basically in Western language understood as a celibacy or sexual abstinence, but it is the moderance in sensual and whatever other pleasures also. Okay, it is basically walking on the path of the truth. The next one is the aparigraha. Aparigraha is non-possessiveness and non-hoarding. If you are taking the exams in English, okay, in the MCQs, non-hoarding, aparigraha means there may be options giving non-hoarding. Okay, so you should make a note of it. So the 5 yamas are Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha. Okay, this is basically not towards any particular religion, particular persons. It is to everyone. Okay, so irrespective of the jati, desh, khala and samaya, that is irrespective of the caste, irrespective of the place, irrespective of the time and irrespective of any circumstances, we cannot say, okay, in this circumstance I was following this but I couldn't follow that. We should not think in that way. So whatever be the circumstances, whatever be the time, whatever be the place, we should follow this. Okay. The next one is niyama. Niyama is the observances in or the which we should follow in our personal life. Okay. So these niyamas again, it is 5. Can someone come forward and say the 5 niyama?
Soja, Santos, Tapa, Swadhyay, Sarpanidhan.
Thank you so much, Tapasji. So, Saucha. So it's basically the physical and mental purity. Basically the hygiene. It's not only the physical hygiene but also the mental hygiene. Shaucha. That is the one. The second one is Santosh. Santosha is a contentment. Ever having the happy state of mind. Tapas. Tapas, it is the, we can say as austerity, penance or vows, etc. Okay. So you may get in the MCQs, penance is tapas. They may give options. Okay. So you should make a note of this. And the next one is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is the self-study. Self-study may include the study of scriptures, following the guru's instructions, dictates, and listening to the saints or wise people, even the company of like-minded people, the truth people. This is also called as the Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is basically the self-study. Okay, the last one is Ishvara Pranidhana. So that is also very default topic for the Viva questions. So complete surrender to Ishvara is the Ishvara Pranidhana. So these are the yamas and niyamas. So far, you got any doubt? Is it clear?
Ma'am, what is tapas?
Sorry?
Can you please repeat what is tapas?
Tapas.
Yes.
See, even doing yoga in the early morning, even practicing, you're taking a vow, or you are deciding that I will be doing this, I will be following this, having a self, what to say, you are following that and you should follow that. You are taking your self-discipline is the tapas.
Discipline.
Yes, self-discipline is a tapas. Got it, Manu sir? Manuji?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And
Yeah.
ma'am, fifth one is Ishwar.
Ishvara Pranidhana, complete surrender
Okay.
to the Almighty. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Ishwar, again, we will discuss the topic of Ishvara Pranidhana. It is not a particular God or something. It's a consciousness. Okay. So we will discuss about that separately. Okay. So can we move ahead to the next topic, Asana? Yes, I believe. Okay. So the next anga or the limb is the asana. So we have now 195 sutras. So this is very, most of us would have faced this, whoever has cleared their level 2 or level 3. So this is a very default question. Asana. Okay. How many sutras are there? So out of 195 sutras, how many sutras does Maharishi Patanjali explains, talks about the asana? Can anyone knows about that?
I think
Three
it's
sutras.
Sorry,
three.
Deepaji.
Three.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so see, when they are asking the Viva questions, you should be able to say this. What sutra has given about asana? He has actually given, out of 195 sutras, he has given 3 sutras about the asana. The first one is the Stiram Sukham Asana, okay, which is a stable and comfortable posture is the asana. Okay, and the second one is Prayatna Shaithalya Ananta Samabhadibhyam. So, in the performance of asanas, the progressively, the efforts have to be progressively reduced, that you should not struggle so much for doing the asana. 1 minute, please. Sorry about that. Yeah. So when we are performing the asanas, so the first which we are giving for the asanas, it has to be progressively reduced, and the mind should be attuned to the concept of infinity. That is the meaning of this sutra, Prayatna Shaitalya Ananta Samapadipya. So, in other words, if we say the asana performance should be graceful and the mind should be concentrated. And the third sutra is a Tathodvanta Anabhigataha. Like from that asana which you are doing, we gave the control of the conflicts. If you see, in other words, the effect of these asanas is rather mental in nature, like freedom from the happy and sorrow, freedom from the conflicts, hot and cold. Like we will be able to be neutral. So this is all about the asanas in the Ashtanga Yoga. Yeah, Simaji.
Sorry to disturb you, ma'am. What is the last one? Sutra?
Tathodvantva anabhigataha.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So, see, I'm just giving this overview of the Ashtanga Yoga. Little, maybe little description of whatever the anga is there. So the fourth one is pranayama. Okay, so if you see the more about pranayama, what he is saying is towards the inhalation and exhalation. Okay, but retention, he does not talk about any types of pranayama and all. Okay, like shitali, shitkari kind of thing, that it is not given, but he talks about the 4 types of pranayama, which is the inhalation, exhalation, okay, bahya abhyantara, stambha vritti. Can someone say the sutra?
ततो बाह्याभ्यन्तर स्तंभवृत्ति देशकाल संख्याभिः परिदृष्टो दीर्घ सूक्ष्मः.
Yeah. So we should for the exam point of view, we should also read the sutras of pranayama. Further, when we take the topics of individual topics of the sutras, yes, we will read about this in detail. Okay. So he says the modification of inhalation, modification of exhalation, stoppage of the breath. That is the kumbhak. Okay. And the fourth one is the transcends, like when before the gap between the inhalation and the exhalation in the inhalation. Okay. So pranayama makes a mind fit for dharana. And with the help of the pranayama practices, we will remove the impurities in our body and the mind. So the next one is the pratyahara. Pratyahara is the withdrawal of the senses. Okay. So like how a tortoise withdraws its limbs into the safety of its shell, like that, we will withdraw our sense organs. So pratyahara, so again you should understand antaranga yoga, bahiranga yoga here. So the first 4 are the bahiranga. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, bahiranga. Pratyahara forms as a bridge between the bahiranga yoga and antaranga yoga. And the antaranga are dharana, dhyana and samadhi. Okay. So the next one is the dharana. So definition of dharana as per Patanjali, Maharishi Patanjali is Desabandha Chittasya Dhyana. So it is the confinement of the Chitta to one desh. Desh can be a place or object, is the Dharana. Dharana is basically the concentration. So you should make note of this also in the MCQs. Dharana is the concentration. So this is the earliest stage of meditation also.
Ma'am, I just have a doubt. So concentration of what? Thoughts,
Concentration
mind?
of, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Prabhaji. I missed it.
No, ma'am. I just wanted to know, is it about the flow of your thoughts or your mind as a whole? Thank
That's
you.
what. That is the what. We will discuss about the chitta here also after finishing this. So concentrating in one point. It may be a place, it may be an object. Bringing the like after reducing the withdrawal of the senses, sense organs, and we are able to, without even with so many things around us, we will be able to concentrate, withdraw the senses of any sound. Even if we are mid of big, I mean the crowd, we will be able to concentrate of what we are doing. So this is the first stage of meditation. Okay, Prabhaji?
Thank you.
So, Dharana. Dharana is prior to the Dhyana. So, the next one is the Dhyana. Dhyana is the meditation. So, again, the definition of Dhyana also you should be able to, because they may ask what is the definition of Dharana. If you see our prior mock vivas, there were questions like what is the definition of the Dharana, Dhyana, Asana and all. So, Tatra Pratyaya Ekathanta Dhyana. Concentrating, after concentration, only one experience will happen, that is the Dhyana. Okay. All the efforts are directed towards keeping the distractions away. Continuous concentration, that is the Dhyana. Okay. Where we are able to succeed without any distraction, and there is one state of mind, that is the state of Dhyana. And the next one is the Samadhi. Samadhi is the spiritual absorption. So there is a definition, there is a sutra which is considered as a definition of Samadhi. Can someone come forward and say, if you can recall and say? Okay. Tateva arthamatra nirbhasham swarupa shunyam iva samadhihi. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. So, Samadhi, when the so there is an explanation for the Samadhi. This thing, just a minute. I'm sorry for the other disturbance. So, what is Samadhi? When the self nature is as if it is not there. Okay? And the object shines forth and reveals itself. So if you see in Dharana and Dhyana, there are three elements: the meditator, the object which is meditated, and the process of meditation. But in the state of Samadhi, the meditator and the process of meditation will disappear. Only the object of meditation shines. So this is the Samadhi, and there are types of Samadhi also that we will discuss when we talk in detail about the Samadhi. So
six types of Samadhi.
Yeah, yes, we will discuss that when we talk about the Samadhi. So these are all the Ashtanga Yoga details. So can someone come forward and repeat what are all the Ashtangas?
Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dhyana, Dhyana, Samadhi, Ashtanga Yoga. Nitya Ashtanga Yoga.
Thank you, Navajivanji. So coming to the next one, the concept of the Chitta and Chitta Bhumis. So if you see the sutra, Yoga's Chitta Vritti Nirodha. What is the definition of yoga as per Maharishi Patanjali? There may be a question. So it is the Yoga's Chitta Vritti Nirodha. So if you see, this sutra in a way defines the yoga as a practical method. Okay. So what it says, basically, you see, one person will interpret in one way. So in general, this sutra, it in a very broad manner tells us what Patanjali thinks of yoga as a means of achieving the goal. So here, Chitta, if we say Chitta, we think as a mind. But if we say in English, that's what, as I said, in the Western language, it may be the mind. But if you see the equivalent Sanskrit word, it is called as the manas. Okay, so here Patanjali differentiated between the Chitta and manas also. So, but some commentators use the Chitta as a mind stuff. Okay, the Chitta is to be there when conscious becomes manifested in the human organism. So the Chitta is active from the gross level when the sensation of the sense organs is present, and right up to the mind. This mind forms only fraction. Mind is just a fraction of the Chitta. It is not the completely. It is not the brain as an organ. Okay, it is the thinking of the brain, the function of the brain. So again, coming to the vritti. Vritti means to behave and to revolve. Okay, so vritti or the thoughts, the rotation of the thoughts which rise in Chitta one after the other like a circular waves moving in disturbed water. And similarity with the water waves is the word vritti. So the modification, mental mind modifications of the mind is the Chitta vritti. So yoga is the stopping of the functional modifications is the yoga is the Chitta vritti nirodha, stoppage of the mental modifications of the mind. So the next one, anyone has got any thing to discuss, or they want to put their thoughts? If you want to discuss in Hindi also, it's fine. Can someone come
Chitta
forward?
vritti, madam, excuse me. Chitta
Yes.
vritti, have told you, vritti is like a water he is going to spread it. That it is okay, but same things we will say that ki chit vritti is just chalaman. This is working. You are telling that's a example. If you are going to see the stable water in the pond, you are going to throw the water, throw the stone in the water. That water will go to up over the upper side, again going to down. That going to spread the water more and more. After a long time, we're going to getting the settle of the water. That is called. मतलब वृत्ति होने के बाद जब आपके अंदर वृत्ति हो जाता है, विचार आ जाती है, तो आप उससे विचलित हो जाते हैं, उछल जाते हैं, चिंतामय हो जाते हैं. और जब वह शांत होता धीरे 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 धीरे, तो वह वृत्ति विलय हो जाती है, छिन्न हो जाता है. इसी प्रकार एग्जाम्पल जो दिया गया है पानी का, कि पानी में जिस प्रकार पत्थर रखने से उसमें विलय उत्पन्न होता है, खलबलाहट हो जाती है, उसी प्रकार मन के अंदर, विचार के अंदर, चित्त के अंदर विचार आने से अनेक प्रकार के विचार उठने लगते हैं. उसको शांत करने के लिए योगा अभ्यास जरूरी है, जिसमें पतंजलि जी कहा है योगस चित्त वृत्ति निरोधा. मतलब योग के द्वारा चित्त वृत्ति को निरुद्ध कर सकते हैं, रोक सकते हैं. दिस इज द डेफिनेशन. एंड घरेन संहिता, सॉरी, ये वशिष्ठ संहिता में कहा मन प्रश्न मनोपाय इति योगः. मन की वृत्ति ही योग है, ऐसा कहा गया है वशिष्ठ संहिता में.
Thank you, Navjeevan ji.
मतलब चित्त मीन्स मन, चित्त मीन्स मन, वृत्ति मीन संस्कार, चाहे अच्छे हो या बुरे हो, तो उसको हमको न्यूट्रल करना है और तब योग कहलाएगा। मन में उठने वाले संस्कार बोल सकते हैं।
हाँ, उसको न्यूट्रल करने का उपाय यही है, योगा, प्राणायाम, ध्यान, धारणा, समाधि, 8 अंग जो बताए गए।
जी सर जी, धन्यवाद सर।
Okay, thank you so much, Seema ji. So basically, in simple words to understand, we can say Chitta Vritti Nirodha. It is taking us to the thoughtless, see, in a conscious level, but a thoughtless stage. That is my understanding. So if you have any arguments or discussions, you're welcome before we move to the next topic, Chitta Bhumis. Okay, so we'll move ahead. So what are the Chitta Bhumis? So these are all the 5 states of mind. Okay. So can someone come forward just to mention the types of just mention what is Chitta Bhumis?
5 प्रकार की भूमि है: विक्षिप्त, एकाग्र और निरुद्ध अवस्था।
Could you please repeat, Monica ji?
क्षिप्त, मूढ़, विक्षिप्त, मूढ़, विक्षिप्त, एकाग्र और निरुद्ध, और एक बाकी है।
Okay.
5 है आपकी मोनिका जी। क्षिप्त, मूढ़, विक्षिप्त, एकाग्र, निरुद्ध, ये 5 है भूमिया actually. So Monica ji.
Yeah, correct. She missed maybe the Muddha. So the first one is the Muddha. So I will just repeat: Muddha, Kshipta, Vikshipta, Ekagra, and Nirudha. Okay, so we will see in detail what it is. Okay. So again, I'm saying, if you're not able to understand, you can ask. Niruji is there, and I hope others also will help translating if you're feeling that you're not able to understand what I'm saying. So I will continue. So the 5 types of mind I just mentioned. So first we will understand what is Muddha mind. It is the dull mind, or rather we can say as a donkey mind. Okay. So how the state of this mind will be? It will be dull, sleepy, lethargy. It will lack any vigorness. Okay. When we are in that mental state, we feel always tired, not willing to engage with our life. And persons with the Muddha mind, they easily give up, and they find a lot of reasons not to move on with the intentions. And it drives this Muddha people, it drives into a dissatisfaction state of mind. So we can easily complain, and they point towards others. So this is the characteristics of the Muddha mind. So the next one is the Kshipta, which is the restless mind. Rather we say as a monkey mind. So the mind will be totally restless, unable to concentrate. Okay, they won't be able to decide also. They jump from one thought to another, one emotion to the other, one object to the other one, and it moves from the love to hate, likes and dislikes, expectations and disappointment. So basically, if you see, most of us will be in this common state. This will be the common state for most of us today. So we alternate between the Kshipta mind and Kshipta state and the Muddha state. When we wake up, we will be in the Muddha state, and as the day goes, we can fall into the state of Kshipta, and again we can come back. We may come back to the Muddha state. So that is the Kshipta. That is the monkey mind. And the next one is the Vikshipta. Vikshipta, it is occasionally steady mind, but it is a butterfly mind. Okay. If you see, like 50-50, temporarily distracted and temporarily focused. How the butterfly will be alternating, it's fly and rest. Suddenly it will fly, suddenly it will stay. So mind will be oscillating between the thoughts of any clarity and thoughts of the confusion. So that is the Vikshipta mind. Here commit to work hard towards the health and balanced life, we are happy, and we will be telling others how we are changed and how we feel good about ourselves. Sometimes we feel that we are almost feel that we are in the state where we want to be. Okay, but if there is one obstacle, one challenge, again we fall into the distracted mind, the monkey mind. Like if there is any painful situation, we choose and we withdraw and go back to the old habits. No, it is not going to work, we will go back. So even if you see in our yoga practice, most of we can just put ourselves in the state. When we are sitting in the meditation, when we see experience a short period of calmness, stillness, and focus on the object of meditation, we will be feeling like, yes, we are attaining the stage. But suppose the moment we hear a sound or a movement, our attention will go away. We get distracted, irritated, and we start to blame the environment. We may say, I was so balanced and the environment interferes with my practice. So that very moment, we start to think to change the moment and not our way of perceiving. So we will get back to the old habits. This is the Vikshipta mind. So we saw about the Muddha, Shipta, Vikshipta. So the next one is the Akhadra. So it is a 1-point mind, the candle mind. So you may get in the MCQs also, the Akhadra, which is 1-point mind. It is the state of mind which remains focused in one object. Akhadra. So here the mind is ready to focus and pay attention. Mind will be very relaxed but not sleepy. We won't be the lethargic. So there is a difference between being calm and being lethargic. So here we will be very calm, relaxed. Okay. So with the yoga practice, we can bring the mind into a stage of such relaxed state. Whatever be our outside environment, we can bring in this state. So if we maintain this, then we can move to the next, which is the Nirudha, which is a fully concentrated mind. Okay. So in this Nirudha state, the mind is not distracted by any random thoughts, but it is fully absorbed in the object of the concentration. See, in this, it is such a state where there are no impressions can distract our mind, and there won't be any influence of our past in our present. Okay, this knowledge is available, very, very useful for attaining the higher mental states. So most of us, if we see, we remain in the first 3 states. Only we can maintain and increase the mind fluctuations and increase the bondage with the external world. Okay. Only out of these 5 states, if you see, the Ekagra, Nirudha can attain the higher states of concentration. The Muddha mind, if you see, it is too dull to make the effort to wake up. And the Shipta mind is too restless and can't find any steadiness. And this unsteady mind, it really lacks the concentration, the balance. The Vikshipta is inconsistent. Okay, so most of the yoga practitioners we will find in this state, Vikshipta mind, the butterfly. And when there are moments of clarity, stability, but if the practitioner gets distracted, they will be pulled back to their old habits. So if you see, the last 2 states, Ekagra and Nirudha, are the stages to take to the higher level practices. So with this, I think we can finish the session. So if you want to discuss or ask anything, you can come forward and ask.
Lataji, what you said about mood mind,
Muddha.
What is? Please.
Muddha is the donkey mind.
No, second Shit is a monkey mind. Acha, donkey. Okay. I understand. Okay.
Yeah. It is Allah, dull, sleepy, lethargic, blaming others.
We can call it donkey mind. Buddha is
Yeah,
donkey mind.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
If you see, we can relate like the tamas guna will be more dominating in Buddha, and if you see the rajas will be more dominating in the Chitta, and tamas, Chitta. And if you see the tamas and rajas, both will be dominating in the vikshipta mind, okay, the butterfly mind, and Akhadra, the sattva will dominate, and Nirudha is no mind, like none of the thing will dominate. It is a no mind state, fully concentrated state.
What is the spelling of Buddha? Please tell me.
M-U-D-D-H-A, Buddha.
Thank you.
Okay.
There is a mood na ma'am, mood avastha. That is called the chitta.
नहीं नवजीवन जी वो तो समझ में आ गया मूड हम लोगों को लिखा लेकिन मैं सॉरी लता मैम एक नया वर्ड बताया ना मुद्दा इन इंग्लिश समटाइम्स कॉल्ड समथिंग डंकी माइंड ये इट्स अ न्यू वर्जन एक्चुअली मैंने कहीं पढ़ा हुआ था पर मुझे पता है थैंक यू
Okay. So we will see with another different topic for next week. Sir is there, still there? I think he must be busy. So can someone come forward and say the closing prayer, please? Or if you don't have any questions, if you have questions, you can put in the chat box also. Or if you want to discuss further, you can discuss. So today, what I have done is I just chose few topics. My idea is to take topic by topic as per the YCB syllabus. So next week we will see if we can do Panchakosha, or if you want any other topic, you can tell me. But I'm sorry, I can say only in English. To my extent, I will try. If I'm going too slow, or if you want anything, any improvement, you can suggest that also, please.
You gave different perspective. In English, you gave the different perspective of these Chitta Bhumis. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Simaji.
Ma'am, I just had this request. So, Dharana you said is Desha Bandha Chittasya. Can you just repeat
concentration,
the shloka, please?
concentrating in one point.
Yeah, no, I was just asking for the shloka. Desha Bandha Chittasya
Dharana.
ये थर्ड चैप्टर है ना विभूति पाद उसमें आप देखिए तीसरा आई थिंक थर्ड श्लोक देश ध्यान धारणा सेकंड श्लोक आज इसमें देश बंधस्य चित्तस्य धारणा धारणा ध्यान फर्स्ट श्लोक देश बंधस्य चित्तस्य धारणा
देश बंध
फर्स्ट श्लोक इज विभूति पाद लता जी हाँ प्लीज एक्सप्लेन करिए क्या बोल रहे हैं
No, Prabha ji. So today the topic was to discuss about the Ashtanga yogas. So I will take another day. There are these many sutras for the YCB 2, level 2 and level 3. So at least level 2 sutras, one day we will, the next sessions coming forward, we will take one sutras, talk in detail about that. We will do the sutras also. As per my knowledge,
thank you,
Latha ma'am, I request to you one question.
Yeah,
if you are going to discuss about the sutras, it should be calculate add the just now you have given the Yath Yoga Anusasana. So 3-4 sutras you add after Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Gharan Sangita, क्या बोलते हैं, Vasisth Samhita, Kathopanishad, Gita, everything we can collect one day and you can explain about that. Then you can
I will try. I will try about that, Navajivanji. Thank you so much.
Then you go ahead. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
The comparison you're saying, I understand. Yeah.
लता मैम comparatively study करेंगे फिर.
Yeah, sure, Monica ji. Any other suggestions? Any other topics you would like to discuss for next Monday? You can come.
Madam, you can discuss about mudra. 1 minute. Mudra. What is
Mudras.
mudra? What
Okay.
is mudra?
नहीं मैम, लता मैम पंचकोश का बोलने वाले ना.
Yeah. Panchakosh, Ashta Siddhis, Panchakosh, that is in my list. If you want Anchakras, so they are in the Viva, they may ask you, like level 3 also, level 4 also. So yeah, topic by topic, we will go about it. I'll just make a note. Yeah, Panchakosh, Ashta Siddhis, and sorry, Navjivanji, you said something, no?
Bandha.
Mudras.
Mudra and bandha.
Yeah.
Only mudra definition.
Yeah, sure.
Can we touch vrittis also, because today we just mentioned yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha. About the vrittis, can we discuss?
Yeah, we will do it.
Pran Viprav Vikalp Nidra Smriti. 5 vritti is there.
That's what Navjivanji, they're asking. Like we can discuss in detail in the next class. Just
Yeah.
For that. Thank you so much. So yeah, Monica ji, you were saying something?